Good morning, everybody. Coffee with Conti is the name of the show, even though your boy Ricky's got water in the mug today. But thank you for taking the time to join us. It's always good to see you guys, really is. A couple of things I just want to talk about real quick, and then our featured clip today is going to be a conversation with a previous Mclaren owner that is now a C8 owner. But a couple of things going on in the marketplace. I mean, what an honor for me to share my experiences around this car with my customers, about the market, about the car with you on YouTube, and you took time to sit and watch us no matter what time of the day it is. If you're catching us in real time in the morning, well, good morning. But if it's at the end of your day and you're fetched down on the couch and you're doing this deal on the phone, you're still here now, man. There is a lot going on around this car. The car's focus in the marketplace continues to grow and grow and grow. The crossover is just unlike anything that I've seen in the 26 years that I've been representing this car. And my retail responsibilities of late have had me spread very, very thin. Some of the extra projects I've been wanting to work on with Corvette, I haven't had a chance to focus on those. But the mindset is still there, the commitment is still there, and one way or another, slow but sure, we're gonna get there. And there are things that I know that I'll enjoy bringing to you guys, but I know that you will enjoy listening and watching. And also, real quick, let's talk about this last order cycle. I gotta tell you, it's been the toughest one I've ever had to do for the C8 Corvette, a lot due to the ordering constraints and timing issues and all that. So many people have been waiting so long, and we've yet to do a video to tell you why that is. It's not my intention, it was never the goals, and it's really out of my control. So we're doing the best, I'm doing the best I can with the clients have been so kind to reach out and say, yes, I'd like to order a car from you and from your company. Thank you for that. Slow but sure, we're getting there. And in talking to some people just recently, many that I haven't talked to in a long time, that just been really hanging in there. I mean, some people say, oh, wow, you know, it's not just the purchase, it's the journey. Yeah, you know what? At some point you're like, hey, this really sucks. But talking to these people, it really solidifies why I committed over 26 years ago to focus on the retail representation of Corvette. It's you guys. I love the car, but it is you guys. I want to thank you for the great feedback and the conversations and the encouragement many of you have given me this past week, for your understanding, for your flexibility, and for your passion for this car. It's cliche-ish now. It's worth the wait. It really is worth the wait, and you guys will see that. And I can't wait to share those experiences with you on our main channel here. And please check out the Shorts channel, Corvette Shorts and More. We've been sharing some fun stuff there, send-off pats, little tidbits will thrown in from time to time, but check that out. As much as we can do talking about this car, because besides being a car, I know for me, it's a way of life. And I'm a prime example. I waited 26 years to buy my first ever Corvette because of life, kids, all that kind of stuff. So once you get to that point, you're gonna have so much fun. In fact, next month I'm gonna give you, because we're coming up on the year anniversary of my car, the top 5 things I like about the car, the things that I've done to my car, the things I am going to do to the car, and what I ordered and what I did wrong on my order spec. Just gonna lay it all out for you guys. That will be a great conversation, and I know you guys like to hear that, because it's not a sales pitch, it's just real feedback from the heart, from the gut. And besides, who doesn't like talking about cars? I mean, you guys around this channel, it's either talking about cars or about your car, so you're in the right place. Welcome to my Corvette channel. Couple of more quick things, guys, and then our featured clip, our conversation with Aaron from Colorado and his new C8, but by Maclaren. Yes, you've heard, and some people have done it in a drama sense. It is what it is, okay? No drama here. The Corvette assembly plant is shut down next week. Will it have any direct effect on remaining production for 2022? We don't think so. If it's just a week, we should be fine. We will keep you up to date. Also coming out a couple of days early, the 2023 order guide. We told you it was going to be Stingray only, and in fact, that's what it is. Stingray only, couple of changes in there. Before we do a video talking about all that, let's wait till later this week. We're supposed to get the retail pricing for the 2023 Corvette. That should include Z06 as we're being told. So stay tuned. That should be sometime Wednesday, Thursday. As we get it, we'll share all that with you, give you some feedback and all the information that you guys are seeking for the next model year on Corvette. Oh, and I did share the PDF link. Now, I think I have it working now. We shared it on my Facebook page yesterday and the community page here on YouTube. Link down below in the description of today's video if you want the PDF of the 2023 ordering guide. I'll tell you guys, it is amazing. It's enjoyable, though, how much there really is to talk about when it comes to Corvette. Thank you for joining us for our show today. One more piece of good news. How about how you can't talk about Corvette without Corvette racing. Way to go, Team C8R, a win at Sebring yesterday.
Katzberg to the outside, and there's a P3 car to check these guys up. The 9 Porsche, very kind to leave enough room to the Corvette, but the Corvette gets by, but no, here comes the Porsche back.
And the Corvette might be pinned in.
And this is where you use that P3 car as a pick.
Corvette almost clear, just needs another foot, and he is. Corvette to the lead.
That was so close. I thought the Porsche would get into the left rear of the Corvette, maybe loosen them up, but no contact. This is really close racing.
Man, I've got to get to a race. There's nothing like being there, seeing, hearing, and feeling the roar of those C8Rs. Congratulations again to Team Corvette. Welcome to Coffee with Conti. Before we get into our main featured clip and conversation with Aaron from Colorado, here's the first time that I spoke to Aaron as he talked about the first Chevrolet that he's ever owned.
But I bought a 1LE Camaro back in 2018.
Okay.
Because that was when I have a buddy that's on Team C8R and was on 7R previous to that. And when I told him, I said, hey, you know, I liked the C7. It was a good car. I drove a bunch of them that really enjoyed it. I just never really saw myself, owning one.
Right.
And in 2018, he said, dude, there's something coming out in a couple of years that is going to blow your mind. And I said, all right, well, I've never even owned a Chevy, so let me buy a Chevy, see if I like it. I'm a mechanical engineer, so I fell in love with the 1LE. It blew my mind.
Yeah, that's a track car right there, man. That is a track car.
And I'm a track guy, so that's my go-to. So I was like, wait a second. If this Camaro is this good, then how good is the next thing up, right? And then they moved to a mid-engine platform, and I probably know. Shy of you, I probably know more about the car than anybody. So it's always called my name. The fact that I know somebody on the race team, I love it.
Now for today's Coffee with Conti, let's share the delivery experience and the feedback from a McLaren owner who's now a C8 owner, and he did it right the first time he took delivery at the National Corvette Museum. Thanks for joining us on today's Coffee with Conti. All right, guys, on the phone is a gentleman who is driving in. He just took delivery of a new C8 at the National Corvette Museum. Before we talk about the car and that experience, let's say hello first to Aaron from Colorado. What's up, man?
Rick, how's it going?
It is going great, man, and I know you're excited. I tried so hard to get down there for your delivery. Actually, I was going to tell you, no, I'm not coming, and then I was going to surprise you, but some personal stuff popped up, so sorry about that, but I did watch you on the webcam, and that was pretty exciting. But before we talk about the new car, let's talk about your car resume, which intrigues me that you're with us in Corvette now because you used to have a McLaren. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. I had a 2017 570S previous to this.
Well, tell me about that car.
Honestly, it's a great car. Obviously, kind of a different price point, a little bit more on the exotic side. But I'll be honest, me and my father-in-law sitting here, and he's been in the McLaren as well several times. And one of the just overall impressions we got is this feels just as special as the 570. I mean, that car, you know, it's twin turbo, 570-ish horsepower, but honestly, the differences between the two for a relatively, you know, intermediate to novice driver, you don't tell the 2x, 3x price tag sticker difference between the two, to be honest. It's an incredible feat what Chevy's done with this car.
What color was the McLaren that you had?
So that was Ventura Orange, which is one of their elite paint codes. So it's a 7-stage paint. It's a really deep, crystally orange, which I was really into the Sebring orange. And then when they made the switch to the Amplify, it pushed me a little bit different direction. Every car I've actually ever ordered from factory new has been blue. So I said I should keep that trend going and ended up getting the Rapid with the tension interior.
You know, I love the Rapid blue. And then you're the guy that's kind of really in the crosshairs for Chevrolet to broaden the brand, the younger demographic, and the guys coming over from McLaren. So I appreciate that feedback. So let's talk about the experience as a museum delivery. How was the National Corvette Museum for you and your father-in-law?
So we had done a little bit of homework. You know, we watched a couple kind of, I don't know, not as solid YouTube content as yours, but of the kind of experience. And I'll be honest, it was, the videos were very underwhelming, but the experience was fantastic. We worked with Larry. I don't know if you know him by name, but
yeah.
He's been there for about 17 years. It's a retirement job for him, and he was detailed to every nut and bolt that we could have ever asked and kind of gone through on the car. He knew. I kind of obviously had some knowledge of the car, but he just really went through everything in extreme detail. Walking through the museum with him, there was a bunch of nuggets that, I'll be honest, just even walking through and reading all the placards, we would have never got the same level of information. So it was fantastic to work with. I'm obviously driving the car back to Denver, Colorado, in the midst of probably a snowstorm here in the next day or two. But
oh, no.
I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything. Best experience. Andy said yesterday we were kind of talking about how things wrapped up towards the end of the day, and he said that was the most fun I've had in a long time. It was great.
That's good. Well, you're a car guy, so I knew that you would appreciate the uniqueness that the museum for Corvette has to offer. I think that is just something that is that special nugget, as you referred to. But even the pieces of information that they talk about, so you get a better appreciation of the history of Corvette and what has really brought us to this point right now. So in the car that you're driving, I think you have a greater respect for it and an enjoyment for the car. So speaking of that, what do you think of your new C8, man?
It is. I'm 526 miles of pure smiles per gallon. I don't even know what the fuel economy is. I don't honestly care. And we just hit the break-in period, and I took a little video. It's 500 and a half miles, I guess, is technically the break-in. And, well, let's just say we hit a rather large number as soon as it said 501 on the dash.
Oh, that's great, man. Well, you've got the 3LT. You've got the GT2 seats. How do they fit you?
They are honestly one of the best seats I've ever sat in. The level of customizability in the seat. Yeah. I'm not a big, have to have lower lumbar type guy, but it's got the adjustments there if you need it. It's extremely comfortable. Coming from I'm a big Alcantara guy. My Maclaren was a full custom Alcantara interior, and I thought that leather's nice, but I was just like, we'll see if I like it. Kind of went back and forth on the colors, and obviously with the tension, you can't do the Alcantara, but right. I'll be honest, I don't miss it one bit. Yeah. They are perfect.
Well, that's kind of what that 3LT is about, to really accommodate guys like you. It's funny that you said that, but at least on your A-pillar and on the coupe, on the underside of the roof, you've got the Alcantara, and then you've got on the coupe and the tension blue a little bit of a stitch pattern in there that the convertible guys like myself do not get. So it does add a little more dress, right. A little more class in there. So at least you have that, even behind the seats in that B-pillar area. That'll be in your Alcantara, but nothing in the contact areas, like you said. So I think you're going to have a blast for sure, man.
Oh yeah, no, it's everything I could have asked for and so much more. I've sat in a couple of them, but I really hadn't driven one in any significant distance.
Right.
And I mean, it feels buttoned up. The interior, people said C7 was a good interior. I'd say it was okay. C8 is a milestone. It's a huge achievement for them as far as the interior quality, fit, and finish. The track car that we took over at the Motorsports Park was a 2LT. And it was really nice to see a direct contrast between the two. And I'll be honest, people that are on the fence, if they really don't need that, that extra little bit, the 2LT is just as nice of an interior for the, the majority of buyers.
I agree. I think that's a sweet spot. I think it's a great value, untold story. The material's got a nice little texture and great feel to them. You miss on the A pillar and the roof and the B pillar, the Alcantara, but you get all the equipment content that you get in the 3. You can always upgrade to those GT2 seats. So that's cool. So it's kind of an unfair question for you. Last one. You've only been in the car just over 500 miles. What is the best thing you like about that car so far?
The level of customizability is unbelievable. If I want, I'm a light steering guy unless I'm on the track. I really don't, people like this super heavy, sporty feel. I honestly like it really light. So I've got my, first thing I did was set up all the modes. So I got my mode set up for kind of touring and a little bit more, as far as the display goes of what I wanted to see. And then Z mode is just America. It's everything that it is true about this car. Stiffen the suspension a little bit, give me more exhaust note, let me kind of have fun with it. And the customizability and the level of features in this car, coming from a 17 Mclaren that honestly they haven't really changed that much over the last couple of years, this is leaps and bounds as far as technology and just kind of feel of that this is that perfect balance between true sports car and almost a luxury car.
I appreciate you sharing this stuff with me. You knew that we were going to share it on the channel. I want other people to be equally enthused, if not more, than you are. You gave us great feedback, great crossover. You're new to the Corvette community. It's great to have you. I've always loved talking to you, so thank you for the support and the business opportunity as well, man.
Definitely. I'll keep you posted. We've got about 2 or 3 days ahead of us of heavy wrenching on this guy. So I'll send you some before and after pictures, and hopefully you'll enjoy some of the things I'm doing with it.
Well, don't forget to take your ownership experience even one more notch from where you're at now. You got the car, you did the museum. Those are fantastic. Don't forget about the Ron Fellows Spring Mountain course in Nevada. You've got to take that, man, and you'll love that.
That's on the list, and as well as you probably know, the plant tours are shut down currently, so we'll be making a trip back to take full advantage of that. And yeah, just obviously I want to see at some point, but just honestly taking advantage of the Stingray for how good of a base platform it is, and I'm excited to see where they take it from here.